us on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog, chili. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when we ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Them I see Ellie. Me, I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful that people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cut team, but on my pockets, me need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but we call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them don't get the same. Me and them don't get the same. Boy, that they gonna know who the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only come for the money bags. And I don't really wanna be famous. You know what's up. You know what's up. You don't pretend. You don't lie. We don't be gang. You know what's up.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. The first game's out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First play, first pass for Brady. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. This defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. The Bucs and Saints expected to possibly be the two to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last 2 seasons in the regular season. But remember, when Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did defeat New Orleans en route to that title. They run again on first down. Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 38, Brady. Flushed out right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Rolling to his left. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Brady going to throw. And that is incomplete. It's not often that we put the word overthrow next to the name Tom Brady.
His accuracy is so good that when their arm misses, they're usually not by much. So when we see one like that, look,
scratch your head a little bit.
Your head. We're chuckling about the whole thing. Let's see how fired up he gets about it, though, because you know he likes to atone for his errors.
On 2nd and 15 now. Brady, and the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. They'll look to throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And some room for him there as he'll take this out to about the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
93, 44.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Saints are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Third down from the gun, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's Brady to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Brady. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 11 now. Now Brady steps away to his left. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there. And he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 7-0. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Brady. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said,
touchdown, Saints! Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ballgame. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Number 2. Ozzie! Sugar! 450.
Here's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Brady. Going deep this time for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. Dalton, 1st and 10.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Kamara up the middle. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But fortunately, the Saints weren't able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Buccaneers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on third down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
No, 66. Hey, Alabama. Regular.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Caught by Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Now Brady. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brady to throw again. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run it again with Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 39, Dalton. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a 1st. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Dalton out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
going to go on 4th down? And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bucs will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Cook up the gut. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Again, it's Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Brady. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try to push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And this will be taken at the 13. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Passing, it's Dalton. Got an open man, it's Olave. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 47 yards.
I would say just add that one to the total of big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain lengths short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. Here we go with Kamara. And he loses the football a second time. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Kamara trying the right side. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here,
touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Saints are on their way to a 2-0 start. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Oh, passing it. Dalton. And he's got it. Touchdown. Alvin Kamara from 6 yards away. And the Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A first down carry here for Johnson. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. Second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away from victory.
And Brent, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for New Orleans, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.
So many memories that I made on Cascade Road.